Hey, I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTrackHere.com. Today we're going to review the all-new Scorpion EXO R-1 Air Carbon Full-Face Helmet. Okay, last year Scorpion introduced the all-new EXO R1 Air. This is the sample that I wrote in. I've also got a Fabio graphic. Long story short, it is a great helmet that sells at a very fair price. You're getting a ton of helmet for a very reasonable price, okay? We'll talk about that more as we go a little further. While I've not ridden in the carbon version, I have ridden in that version, and they are identical with the exception of the shell. This uses a full 3K carbon shell. The retail price for this, as of the time we're shooting this video, is $549.95. Please understand, we don't update any videos for pricing changes, only when the product itself has been completely redesigned, right? You get an amazing looking matte finish on this one, right? This is the matte finish carbon exterior. The shell looks fantastic. The version that we have here today, this is the ECE only version, okay? We got this in advance of the product being here in the US. It'll be DOT only. The DOT standard is going to add a few ounces to this, right? We don't know the exact number yet. We will reweigh one when we get them here for stock and then update the website. But what I can tell you right now is this ECE only weighs 2.7 pounds. It is ridiculous. It feels like you have nothing in your hands. The helmet includes a dark smoke screen, a clear screen, a spare shield bag, a premium helmet bag, as well as a Pinlock Max Vision insert, right? So this is a complete package, just like we saw with the fiberglass version of the EXO R1 Air. We have a lot of these in the marketplace now. This is a helmet. I got one last year before they were even here in the US, and I had the ability to take it out and ride in it before we ever even merchandised them on the website or sold them. And I knew right away I really liked the helmet and I love the price point. So this is something that we got behind and pushed quite a bit, and we sold quite a few. And I have to tell you, from racers to street riders, we got nothing but a bunch of kick-ass feedback. They basically felt about it the same exact way that I did. Let's break down some of the nuts and bolts of the helmet right now. Certification. It is going to be both ECE and DOT certified. The weight, we already mentioned that. That's 2.7 for the ECE only version. I think we're going to come in probably right at or just short of 3 pounds for the DOT ECE model, okay? Don't hold me to that. We will reweigh when we get some here. There are 3 shell sizes: extra small and small, medium and large, extra large, and 2X. Ventilation of this helmet is excellent, okay? It has a centrally located vent here on the top. It's large intake, brings a lot of air into the helmet. In the crown area, got a large intake vent down here in the chin bar. Exhaust venting is managed through the diffuser here on the back of the helmet. It is a quiet helmet due to its shape, the design of the ventilation, and this large neck roll, right? It seals up really nicely around the neck. It also includes a chin curtain. This helmet was really quiet for how well it ventilated. Centrally located shield lock. That's a feature that I really like. I think it's more efficient that way. I think you get a better seal. This helmet also includes their adjustable, inflatable cheek pad system. Let's say you get the helmet and it feels great in the crown. You could use just a little more in the cheek pad area. All you have to do is push on that red bulb. It inflates the cheek pads and adjusts the fit in the cheek pad area. To release it, you push on that little stainless steel button right there. It'll release all the pressure out of the cheek pads. Double D-ring retention system, fully removable, washable, replaceable liner. You are able to get different size interior pieces. We have all that laid out on the website if you want to alter the fit of the helmet itself. Eyeglass compatibility. We're going to show you some B-roll with that right now. Is excellent with this helmet. They slide right in and the glasses ride right where you'd want them to if you need to wear eyewear when you are riding the motorcycle. Okay, now let's take a good look from the inside out. Should also mention before we go any further, this is a Bluetooth communicator compatible helmet. We're going to give you a closer look at that as we get the helmet disassembled. But this is going to work well with most of the universal Bluetooth devices that are available today on the market. Let's start off with a shield. To remove it, you want to lift it all the way to the upwardmost position. There is a release trigger right here. Grab that. Push up and forward. That will release the shield. Mirror image on the other side. Off it comes. To reinstall the shield, you want to get it in its upwardmost position. There are some tabs located right here on the front of the shield. What I found works best is you want to kind of get those tabs started first and then push down, just like that. Especially this forwardmost one right here. You want to get that in its spot, and then you're able to just kind of push back and down before you go out and ride, and actuate it a couple of times to make sure that you have it in there nice and securely. I'm going to go ahead and pull the shield off again so we can remove the liner inside the helmet. The included chin curtain is of course removable. Just grab onto it right here at the base. It's in there nice and tight, and just pull it out like so. Gives you a closer look at the cheek pad inflation and deflation system. The cheek pads and the neck roll are one piece. It's also important to note these are the emergency release cheek pads. You can remove these by just simply yanking on this, right? Say you have a crash, you're knocked out, emergency personnel can grab these, just rip it right out of the helmet, okay? And then you'll have an easier time getting the helmet off without having the cheek pads in there. To remove them, I like to get my fingers in between the EPS of the helmet and the backing for the cheek pads and reach in there and disengage all of the snaps that are behind the cheek pads. Pretty sure this has 3 on both sides. We'll do that for both cheek pads. And then we can remove the entire unit from the helmet. Once you have the snaps disengaged, just kind of pull outward and then roll it around like so. You can see that comes right off. Let's give you a closer look at this. The quality of this is phenomenal, right? This is something that you would expect to see from a higher end helmet, like say perhaps a Shoei. A little reflective there. Top pad. You have 2 snaps here at the back. I like to get my fingers behind the helmet liner, right? And then get up in here. I can put a little pressure on that plastic tab that is snapping into the brow of the helmet. See, once again, the quality here is excellent. Inside the helmet, there are padded covers for the Bluetooth speakers. If you choose to install that, you're going to want to remove this. Very easy to do. Just kind of distort it a little bit and the tabs will pull out. Can you see that, Caleb? Nice deep pocket. It's going to make it really easy to install a communicator. Another feature you see here with this helmet, and this is something we used to see with the Shark helmets. They still do that in some of them. It has the raised portions in the EPS, right? They kind of act as little shock absorbers when you have a wreck. They just collapse upon one another to manage the energy. It also really helps to enhance the airflow in the helmet from front to back. You've got your intake vents right up here, 2 large holes. Blows back in through here, and your exhaust vents, there's 4 back here, right? It's a Venturi effect as well. It'll work to pull the heat and the moisture out of the back of the helmet. You can see your cheek pad inflator system, right? And it's kind of really focused up here and then front to back. That makes quite a difference. You push on that bulb and you have a proper fitting helmet, and it makes a big difference in the way the helmet fits. Also important to point out, and I missed this earlier, the vent in the chin bar. Okay, you're able to kind of change the way the air is directed from this chin bar vent. If you want most of the air to go up on the shield, you would want to have this vent closed off. If you want more airflow into the mouth area, you're going to want to have that vent opened. That's going to allow the air to flow directly onto your face. All in all, what do I think? I love the helmet. I've already ridden in the helmet. We recommend this helmet, and I think what you have here is you just have a cooler looking helmet. This is the full 3K carbon shell. It looks amazing. It's going to shave a little bit of additional weight. This really gets you as close as you can get to a premium helmet experience without spending the $900 it takes plus, right? $900 to $1,500 to truly get there. Lots of value, lots of performance, money well spent. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments section of this video. I answer all that stuff myself, and I'm here to make sure you get the most out of your next helmet purchase.